doesn't mind a bit of dirt. She says, horror vampire backbites. She says, horror vampire, how I wish those to bite. 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 Release the master, release the master. I'm moving from the things, and they start change my sticky wings. A sticky little thing.
Well, surprisingly, for season 3 of the Leon Superheroes on Television episode, Leon suddenly left the series. Apparently, he had other things to do. He thought he might be able to make it in bigger podcasts, which means in about 4 years he'll be back on some really, truly shitty podcast. So
You see, listeners, when people get in a real fight on Leog, you don't hear the fight on the podcast. The person just leaves for the last segment.
Sorry, Leon.
to be fair,
Better luck next time.
we ran a little bit late and a little drunker than usual this week, so
Old man Leon has to get his Geritol.
He got a call on his beeper. Apparently, there was a movie that needed to be spoiled.
Yeah. He called his beeper. What are you doing? He's the one with the he's Jimmy Oldson.
A carrier pigeon came over with a note.
Smoke signals in the distance. I must go and spoil.
Well, if you guys are trying to make sure Leon never leaves early again, this ought to work.
I think we're nailing it this time. So let's do a quick one.
Have we said Leon is old?
Right.
We might
he
have
looked in the
mentioned
sky
that.
and saw the black signal, and he had to go.
Which is the entire sky.
Yeah, I guess it's the whole sky.
He leaves a lot.
A lot of false alarms.
It's funny that I get bored of like the other running jokes, but I never get bored of the Leon is old joke. That one never
Because
gets
it's
old.
true.
I don't think he gets tired of it either. Just ask him.
You know, the spoiler joke for me is like, yeah, whatever. I even get tired. I'll use it every once in a while when it's appropriate, because let's face it, he does spoil stuff. But you know, but then like it's not really funny. Let's not overuse it. But the old thing is like, but you know, come on, dude.
And he's really fucking spry for his age.
He is.
And he's used to being picked on. I mean, his brother Methuselah used to always make fun of him as they were growing up. You know?
Oh yeah, that he said that was his brother. He killed his brother.
That's right.
Let's go a little further back. Right. But anyway, we've got a 6-person lineup on this one, so we'll just go around. Of course, it's me, Cyrus. And then we got back on the mic again. We got
Randy.
Grant.
Cyrus!
no.
Wait a second.
Peter!
Cyrus's.
Juanito Rubio Sandoval.
The third.
Co-host 3000. What's up?
Indeed. Okay, now we're gonna do this. I haven't gone through these questions. Leon just said, "Look, I really am at the end of my rope here as far as tired goes. I'm just gonna hand you all these questions." And I haven't looked at these questions, so I don't have a lead-in for this. But I do want to start with this because I know I want to talk about it. Which is a show that, God damn it, Peter, I'm a fucking idiot for not listening
That's
to you.
right.
I'm sorry. I take full responsibility for not having gotten past the first episode of the BBC series Misfits, which is a superhero live-action show about a bunch of juvenile fucking delinquents who like, I mean, just little scumbags, really. There's like a chav and a slut and a like motor mouth and like a failed coke-using athlete.
Yep.
They're scumbags and they get superpowers. And
they are all Han Solo in their own way.
Is the cokehead like the Flash of the series? Is that what you're going to tell me? That's badass.
Well, they've all got their own powers. Like okay, so the cokehead guy he can go back in time. He can change time. Nice. And then the slut girl has an ability where she can touch anybody and make them desperately want to have sex with her.
A lot of slut girls have that ability.
It actually just unlocks like the primal aspect of anybody.
Totally caveman.
Where it's literally just like, I must have you right now. I must have your tits right now.
It's kind of like any girl at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Any booth man.
And some of the guys with long hair.
There's a freak guy who's like kind of like, you know, the quiet freaky, first the guy voted most likely to use your skin, to wear as a tuxedo
to make a dress out of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Who can turn invisible, and like the who am I missing? I'm missing. Oh, the chav girl whose ability is to read minds, and then the main character who is the Motormouth kid who has nothing. who is frustrated.
Yeah, much to his chagrin.
Much to
has
his chagrin.
no power.
The guy who doesn't know how to shut up and is just like using, doing his best not to get his ass kicked by talking fast.
Yeah,
is
and
the
they're
one
all
guy who's got
terrible,
nothing.
horrible people, and that's why you just love the shit out of them.
So it's always sunny in Philadelphia as superheroes?
Almost,
Yeah.
almost they're at that level.
Dude,
of
that sounds like the
scummy.
best show ever.
I know.
Yeah.
The only
No
difference
kidding.
is that, like, unlike It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, they actually are starting to learn to be better people through the length of the
What?
show.
Oh, that's where the series goes downhill. I don't want to see that.
He's in the early parts of the show. It gets much
Well, I've
worse
only-
and much better.
This is BBC, which means short
Yeah.
season. So the first season is
it's-
6 episodes.
It's not BBC. It's the other channel.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Channel
ITV
4?
Channel 4?
or Channel 4?
It's
or
Channel 4 or
Sky.
Wait, it's not
The
Sky,
British have
it's-
more than one channel?
I want to say it's like M4 or something like
Not
that. I
really.
can't remember what channel.
Are
it
we
is.
counting like the cheese
There's
channel?
the Thames. There's
It's the ABC of UK, basically.
Is it out on DVD? That's what I want to know.
No, not
No.
here. But
So I have to bootleg
it's available
Yes.
through other, I'm sure, legal
Through the
sources.
interwebs, the magic of the interwebs.
Hey, the point is, the only reason I'm bringing this up is because, God damn it should be available here.
It should.
It is a hard R. I mean, make no mistake about it. This is
very.
like HBO and even then some as far as like dirtiness. The second episode is where it really started to work for me, where you have a thing where it turns out that other people were affected by this event, the storm that came and gave them abilities, than just them. And that's part of the whole thing. Like, they keep popping up in very uncomfortable ways, and the motor mouth kid ends up hooking up with a girl who
Hot, just
total
gorgeous.
hottie, and having just crazy, really graphic on-screen sex with her until like as she's having an orgasm, she transforms into an 85-year-old, also totally visibly naked woman.
It's an old lady who was given the ability to turn young, and her powers glitch
so they
mid-orgasm, and he just freaks the
So they
fuck out.
really play out that fucking scene if we actually got to see Jack Nicholson fuck that crazy old lady in the
What's
dining
even
room.
better is like earlier, like is one of those. He's like 19 years old or something,
Yeah.
and so like when he first gets on top of her, he comes in like instantly, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and she's laughing. And he's like, "What? Don't be a bitch. What the fuck?" And she's like, "No, it's not that you came fast. Is that you had the worst cum face ever. You look like an idiot." And then later, he has sex with her. She turns 85. Woman is like, "What? I have the bad cum face?" I think you win that round.
Besides being fucking just hilarious, I mean, it is that kind of It's Always Sunny where it just gets worse and worse, and there are episodes much later on in the end of the first season and in the second season where just fucking wrong, hilarious
shit.
and wrong. But beyond that, the show is brilliantly written. Like, they have superpowers, but it's not like fucking Heroes where, they use their powers wrong and everyone knows how to control their powers. These guys don't have a fucking clue.
Nice.
The guy who can go back in time has no idea how to make it work, has no idea what sets it off. It just happens every once in a while, and they have to deal with the ramifications of that. The invisible guy can only turn invisible if literally no one is looking at him. You know, and so it starts out as like a joke. It's like, sure, he can turn invisible, but literally he has to make sure that nobody's watching before he can.
All their
turn
powers are
invisible.
definitely reflections of who they were beforehand
Yeah.
on some level, and that's it. The show in the first season hasn't directly addressed that. It hasn't flat out said it, but it's the point that clearly that plays into it on some level. I mean, like, we don't know what the storm was in the first season. I don't know if you do by the end of the second season, but we have no idea where this came from, but it's got to be some sort of intelligent source, because otherwise their powers wouldn't
Whoa.
so ironically
Wait,
reflect.
did I just hear the almighty Cyrus
That's what I was
say that
thinking.
an intelligent source was behind it all?
Are you saying intelligent design was behind this?
Oh my God.
It is
It's
fiction.
a fictional show.
What the fuck is wrong with you people?
Misfits has given Cyrus fame!
Well, and if it was really an intelligently directed thing, you'd think that the cocaine dude's superpower would be showing up at your house at 3 in the morning.
I know, right? I was like, what? You believe in something bigger than the known in a superhero show?
but Cyrus is right. All of their powers are kind of indicative of what they were going through when they got the powers. The old lady wanted to be young. when she had her powers, that's power he had.
Leon's power.
Simon, the creepy guy, really felt like no one ever paid attention to him, so he has the powers of invisibility.
The slutty girl really wanted people to love her because by playing up her sexuality, and so
now
everybody
everyone
wants to have
loves
sex
her.
with her.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it all seems to reflect based on those qualities, and it's really creepy right from the get-go because in the first episode, the guy who's a totally nice guy who's the person in charge of watching them for their community service, he's affected by the storm and turns into this homicidal fucking zombie dude.
Yeah.
Which only I can't help but think something's going to come back to play at some point to go, that reflects something we never even knew about him and his personality earlier, but because we meet people he knows later on, knew him later on, but they had to kill him. I mean, they had to, because he was going to kill all of them. In fact, in one parallel timeline, we get to see one where he did, in fact, kill all of them. So they deal with the whole rest of the season paranoid as hell that someone's going to find out that they have murdered and buried a body.
Yeah, their social worker. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. That's their social worker.
All right,
But anyway,
I'm bootlegging that shit.
No,
definitely.
Next week.
Sold.
Yes.
Not only would I say that it is one of the greatest shows that I have seen from UK television in the last decade, I would say that it's quite arguably the best superhero show on TV. Period.
it's really well done, and it's so
It
well
sounds
directed.
like you haven't seen No Ordinary Family.
I've seen I had that one in there.
Or the cape.
It's literally, it's like if somebody had taken Heroes and had decided to make a good show instead.
Yeah.
But Heroes would never give you the opportunity to say "cum face" on a podcast.
No, they wouldn't.
Is
with
that
them.
one of the supervillains in that new show?
It's a Dick Tracy villain.
That was one of Siler's powers. Is by the end there when he had every power, and one of them was, I can make you do a cum face.
His problem, he can't see where he's going.
There's a Deuce Bigelow too.
The deceptively heterosexual and good-looking Bukaken.
Why can't Smallville have a fucking villain like that?
Or Batman. I mean, it fit right into the Batman universe.
Yeah, it would make
I
sense.
think it's cum face.
And
Curse you,
Christopher Nolan's universe, we introduced Cumface.
Robin, we're going to go out and fight Cumface again. Batman? No, really, it's another guy.
stinging the eyes of do-gooders everywhere.
Especially Robin.
That's what the domino mask is for. It's eye protection. You just pull that off afterwards.
I just love the thought of the crime scene and just walking into this place and people are just like completely bowled over with cum.
Look, there's evidence everywhere.
Look, it must have been the Riddler.
Like, we don't even need a black light for this room. It's obviously cum face.
You got some on your face right now. I think he was actually in here, and he somehow managed to left.
That's the only hero. That's the only hero that can actually catch him is the black light.
Quite the crime scene, more like the crying game.
Why I gotta be the black light, huh? Why can't I
His
be
lair
white
is
light?
just a bunch of wadded up Kleenex. Oh, this must be cum face's lair.
My house is cum face's lair.
Say what you will about Cumface, he's got great Wi-Fi in his lair. I'm getting a terrific, strong
my
signal
God.
here.
6G.
This fucking
So much
movie will be
porn in
written
it for you.
tonight by all of us.
Getting lots of pop-ups, though. All right, well, you know what? Let's move right into some questions here. Now, I did find, in fact, the question that was about Misfits. It was Merlin Horrorcock.
Merlin Horrorcock.
And so,
God,
yes,
there's a lot going on
if
there.
Leon had been here, you would have been given full credit right from the get-go. You know what? Let's go and ask Zeke Slider, one of our longest fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
Like,
he
it's
our
been around.
longest? I
He
think
actually
might
just
be
had a
our-
birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jonathan. Yes, exactly.
He's all right. He's
Yeah.
fair to middling. Not the longest, but
You would
on a good
know.
day.
Yeah.
After a little bit of drinking, maybe.
He says, what TV superhero counts as a TV superhero, but that most people don't think is one?
Ookla the Muck. I don't know.
Bible Man?